So you have a 67 to 72 C10 or 60, I don't even know, to 67 C10 that uses trailing arms and coil springs as a rear suspension. Well, you're gonna need one of these bad boys right here. This here is a trailing arm cross member made by Waver Speed. As you can see, it's race car as it's got these holes in it for weight reduction, so your shit goes faster. This is a must-have. It's got exhaust cutout holes because the last thing you want is to be driving along in your nice, lower, cool C10 that you just got done. You're taking it to a show, whatever, and then you hit that speed bump, and the next thing you know, your brand new exhaust is now laying on the ground behind you for everyone to see, and you look like a jackass. You don't want that. So you got to get one of these. I don't know, it looks like a pretty nice unit, had some pretty good reviews on Amazon, so I figured why not pick it up? Because there's a couple other ones out there. They were like, I don't know, anywhere from 200 to like 350 bucks, and I wasn't about to pay that. So 120 bucks, I recommend it. I'm gonna see how it fits, because as you can see over here, I still have the stock one in, and I painted everything, semi-gloss black. And I didn't paint that yet because I'm taking it out, and that's what I'm gonna do today. So this factory trailing arm cross member's held in with rivets. That's how GM designed it. They riveted everything together, all the cross members on the frame. I already took quite a few of those out. Big pain in the ass. I like to use the angle grinder. A little cutoff wheel on it. Works good, gets the job done. You just kind of go in there flush with the frame and cut the rivet head off flush, and then get your handy dandy air hammer out and pound her through. That's how I like to do it. You can just use an air hammer if you got a real beefy one, a good air compressor, and just, you know, cut it off that way, but mine ain't that great, so angle grinder, cut off wheel. So I'm gonna get started on that. So I just got done with the top rivets, ground them off. Went a little too far there, whoops. That's all right, never see it. Top side of the frame, under the cab. So now I gotta do the bottom, which means I gotta flip this thing over by myself, which is gonna be fun because it's painted and I don't wanna scratch it. So we'll see how that goes. So I got all the rivets ground out, flush on the frame side at least. So that was a pain in the ass. And I'm still alive. The death wheel didn't explode and kill me or cut my legs or head off or any of that, so. But now let's move on to the loud, annoying part that everybody, including my neighbors, hates, the good old air hammer. So while I was working on the truck frame, Rob stopped by. This is his new car. It's a 1972 Dodge Challenger Rally 340. Pretty nice car. We got it local. It's actually in Temple, PA. But yeah, dude owned it since the 80s. And as you can see, it's 80s style with the slotted mags on it, but it's pretty nice. No rust on it. Paint's not perfect, but the seats are really nice. So is the interior. But it's a good find. Got a good deal on it too. I guess the guy was having problems and he wanted to let it go for the money. But yeah, it's a nice piece. I had to get a little saucy with it, but I got the frame and the cross member separated now. I had to use the air hammer and get in between the two and peel them apart because the rivets just weren't going to knock out. Ground both sides off and it just wasn't happening. I even tried some heat and it didn't work, but so I peeled it apart and now we're going to get the BFH. We're going to take that one thing and make it two. So, after what felt like a million hammer swings, finally got it out. Here it is. Glad to be out. Glad to put this thing in the scrap pile. and get that new one bolted in. Because let me tell you, this was a pain in the ass. I'm glad this part of the project's over. I like the part where it's like, you spend money, you get shiny parts, they come in the mail, you open the box, it's like, ooh, look at that. And then you get to bolt them on and it makes the whole project look a lot better. Well, this part sucks, but it's worth it because we're gonna see what the waiver speed one looks like in about a second. But first, I gotta clean up this rusty and bare metal. Rusty and bare metal. Nice. Because I don't want to leave it like that, or a year later this thing's going to be rusted again. Because I live in PA, and for some reason Pennsylvania hates cars. It's like, you have a nice car, fuck you, because we're going to rust that thing right into the ground until it's nothing but a pile of dust. So I got to get on that, do a little bit of wire wheeling, clean it up, and then spray some paint on it, and then we'll be good to get that Crossmember in. Well, that was exciting. It's almost in, but the problem I'm having now is I can't get this Crossmember past that. Now, I should really just grind it out and then slide it past and put a bolt in there, but I really don't feel like it. So we're gonna kinda send it with the help of this here. And I'm just gonna put this bad boy on and just bend the frame a little bit, get it through, and then bend it back. It's not the right way to do it, but it should work. Well, it did in fact work. Got it in place. The bolt holes over here are looking really good. On the top, not so much. And over here, they're not even close. But this frame only really, besides this, has 3 cross members left in it, and I'm sure it's a little out of whack, especially with what I just did right there to get that in. So it's gonna take a little work, but I'm gonna get the bolts in it and hopefully everything's good. Well, with the help of ratchet strap there and the rubber mallet, it's in and everything looks good. Everything lined up decently well. I had to pull the frame rails together a little bit because I think when I took the other one out, they stretched out a little bit. So, but no, I didn't have to drill anything out. It looks good in there. Well, that wraps this video up. I got the Crossmember in. I'm happy with it and good stuff. I'm going to be making a few more YouTube videos down the line, hopefully, and it's not hopefully going to be boring like this is. I know it's not real fun to watch somebody put a Crossmember in, woohoo, but I figured I'd just try it out, try out the app and everything, and, figure out how to edit videos and stuff with this, and then move on to bigger and better. But this is just going to be a frame off, so I might do a couple more videos when I'm making some more progress on it, but for now it's just going to be slow. And I have a few other vehicles that actually run and drive and don't look like this, so they're probably going to be in the next videos, and we'll be doing some actual fun stuff with them instead of boring things like this. But I guess I'll see you hopefully in a new episode of Malvizzi's Garage, because that's my last name, so maybe that's what we'll call it. But check you later.